Software quality assurance decision table. In our previous lecture, we have studied about test cases. How do we make test cases? From where do we get the requirements for the test cases? Understanding in SRS and highlighting the non-functional functional requirements. Based on the non-functional functional requirements, how do you develop a test case? How do you develop a test scenario? Based on a test scenario, how do you develop a test case? What is there in a test case table, and how many test cases are there for a particular requirement that you make? What is decision table, and why do we need to work over it now? A decision table is a systematic approach where the different input combinations and their corresponding system behavior are captured in a tabular form. After we have captured them in a tabular form, we decide which one of them is a replica of the other one, which one covers the other one, and which one can be eliminated in order to reduce the number of test cases. Why do we need to reduce the number of test cases? Because if we don't apply the decision table technique, the number of test cases that we were making out of a functionality were minimum. For one functionality were minimum 8 to 10 test cases covering all the possible scenarios that are there in a functionality. Most of the scenarios were same as the other ones in that particular story. Just to eliminate the replicated scenarios, we use the decision table technique. Okay, how does it work? We'll be seeing in the future slides. Now, how decision table for a library system will work? We have taken an example of a library system over here. This is how a decision table basically looks like. Over here, we write the conditions. That is, for a particular requirement, what are the conditions that have to be true in order to test that particular requirement? For example, over here we are saying whether the user is registered or not, whether the user has an outstanding fees or not, whether the user has crossed the borrow limit or not. On the basis of these three conditions, we'll be able to decide, the system will be able to decide whether the user is applicable to borrow a book or not. Now, these were the all possible test cases that were created when we came through this requirement. How do we get to know how many possible test cases can be created? Here is the formula for that thing. Number of combinations is equals to number of condition 1 value into number of condition 2 value into number of condition 3 value. Now, over here, for a user to be registered, whether a user would be registered or a user would not be registered, there are two conditions. Similarly, whether the user would be having an outstanding fees or whether the user will not have an outstanding fees. Either the user will cross the borrow limit or the user will not cross the borrow limit. Each of these have two conditions based on our requirements, the software requirement specification document. And through this formula, 2 into 2 into 2, we figured it out that the number of total combinations would be 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have got 8 possible test cases which we had created earlier when we were creating the test cases based on the SRS. Now, this is our, for example, if we have already, if we have if we are done with our testing cycle, so this is our outcome of that testing cycle. Moving forward, see what is being told in this particular slide. In this particular slide, you are being told that if the user is unregistered, if the user is unregistered and the user has no outstanding fees, it does not if the user has an outstanding fees, if the user is unregistered and the user has an outstanding fees, it does not matters whether he is under the borrow limit or not. You can eliminate this particular condition. And two test cases, true and false does not matter, true does not matters, definitely would be it will, even if it's a true or a false, the situation remains the same. The situation, the answer will always be a no, because for both false and true the answer is same. If the user is not registered, if the user has an outstanding fees, it does not matters whether the user is under the borrow limit or not. It does not matter whether it is true or false, the action will be no. So we can merge these two decision boxes. Similarly, moving forward, if you see this, if the user is registered, unregistered, it does not matters whether the user has an outstanding fees or the user has crossed the borrow limit or not, the answer will still be a no. uh, the answer will still be a no. And in such cases where you get the answer no, where you know that no matter whatever true or false the condition is, the final result will be a no, you put a dash on the fine on those conditions which can either be true or false, but the final result would remain same. So here is a dash on that, and this is how we have reduced our number of test cases. In the final output, you can see this is our final output. Out of 8 test cases, only 4 test cases were important and the remaining 4 can be eliminated. Why? What are the advantages of applying the decision table tree analysis? The basic advantage of applying decision table tree is you save your testing time. Testing 8 test cases, running 8 test cases, and keeping a record of the answer and reporting it and all is also time consuming. So you reduce to those 4 test cases which are important, valid, and are covering all the possible aspects of the particular scenario mentioned. This is the reason why we study decision table testing. What you need to do now is, for the previously uploaded lecture for which the SRS that was uploaded, you were supposed to build test cases. Now you have built all the test cases for the SRS that was given provided to you previously. Based on those test cases, apply the decision table technique and reduce the number of test cases, and see how the test cases are being reduced and are more practical than the previous approach. If you want, there is an online resource as well on the same topic. You can go through that as well. This is going to help you in understanding it.